The Klesaris family name is synonymous with success at Delaware Park. For the past decade, Steve Klesaris has been among its leading trainers. His stable now spans the East Coast. I caught up with Steve at the Oklahoma training track in beautiful Saratoga Springs to unbridle the secrets to his success. Steve, tell me a little bit about what you do to prepare a horse before a race.
Basically just keep them calm and relaxed during race day. We'll ice their legs, get them bandaged up if need be, give them a good cool down bath with some fly spray so they're not irritated.
And on race day morning, do horses go out and exercise?
If they're high strung or nervous, I like to give them a little bit of exercise the morning of their race day. It all depends on the individual. They all need to be trained differently.
Is the preparation different if the track condition is muddy or sloppy that day?
Without question. I mean, if you've got a horse that needs bandages for wet track purposes, so it won't carry excessive mud and water.
What are the different types of bandages we see on their legs?
Vet drops, you'll see Seal Tech.
How many hours before a race do you start prepping?
3 to 5 hours away from the race. You do want to muzzle them. Of course, they'll get their Lasix and pull their water away. And then the simple preparations of icing them, rubbing them down, and tacking them up and leading them over there.
When that routine begins, do they know they're going to race?
They pretty much get a good idea. You try to trick them. They get it. They've been there. They've been to war before.
So once the horse is ready physically, what's it like for you emotionally?
Just like being in a football game or being in a basketball game, a little nerve-wracking. It's competition. You got one of your products out there performing, and of course, we try to do the best we can, so we want to see, good results.
When do you strategize with the jockey?
Pretty much we'll speak about that in the morning. We have a good idea, what the horse is, how he needs to run, size up our competition.
In your barn, do the jockeys usually work out the horses?
Sometimes, in some cases, yes, some cases, no. It all depends on the individual.
And if the track condition changes, does that change your strategy with a horse?
In terms of racing or training?
Both.
In terms of training, yes. I mean, you'll very rarely see me breezing horses on a bad track, muddy track, sloppy track. We'll try to avoid that or try to schedule around it. In terms of racing, you don't want to be 15 lengths behind, getting beat up with slop back there. Different scenarios present themselves, and you got to adapt to them.
If you don't work a horse in the slop, how do you know if a horse likes the slop?
You can get a pretty good idea just the way they move. A lot of times their pedigree represents slop, just the way they move over it, just the way they gallop over it. It's not one of my favorite tracks to send a horse 5/8 in a minute over. It's just something I try to avoid. It's always a riskier racetrack than, a tight, fast racetrack, freshly harrowed.
And take me through a little bit of the strategy for a race, say a mile and an eighth. Your horse likes to break on top. Do you work with the jockey to discuss slowing him down, letting him take a breath at some point?
You want the easiest race on your horse, or strategically you try to make it the best case scenario for yourself. You got to size up your opposition, know what you're dealing with, and make the jockey understand what he's dealing with. They can jump from one horse to another, and simply in a 2-minute conversation with a jockey, he'll know exactly what he's on.
You've been very successful claiming horses. What is your evaluation process to make a claim? Hi, this is Susan Kayne. I just wanted to take a moment to personally thank you for watching this special segment from Unbridled. I really count it a privilege to spend this time with you. Over the past 5 years, I have utilized Unbridled TV as a platform to share the incredible joy of horses. They bring us so much happiness and enrich our lives in every way. And now, I'd like to invite you to experience the total unbridled joy of owning thoroughbreds. I have created Unbridled Racing to form partnerships that breed and race thoroughbreds in New York. As managing partner, I am totally hands-on in every way, selecting each horse that we own and overseeing every aspect of their care. Our horses are raised in a holistic environment and matched with the trainer best suited for their ultimate success on the track. Unbridled Racing is designed to deliver partners maximum value. There are no markups, no management fees, and no administrative fees. and I am a partner in every horse. So if you'd like to be a partner, contact me directly by emailing Susan at unbridledracing.com.